It is now time for the bonus question here on Hockey Inside Out. Arber Xhekaj has really caught the fans' attention for what he's brought onto the ice with his physicality and style of play and being a Wi-Fi. But does he deserve time on the first power play unit here moving forward, Andrew?
No. I like what Xhekaj brings offensively. He's got some creativity and some confidence in his game, but I think more likely than that, we're going to see Xhekaj being the guy who's sent down to Laval when Mike Matheson is ready to play for a variety of reasons. His defensive play has been not great of late. I think he's struggling a little bit. He has some things that he needs to work on. And the fact they're trying him on the power play, to me, says that they believe that he can be more than just a third-pairing defenseman. So why not let him go down to Laval, play 25 minutes a night, and absolutely dominate, get those big minutes, and work on some of the intricacies of his defensive game where he's lacking? Because he can be a good player. We've seen this guy already at 21 years old shock us, right? We didn't know that he could be this good. I don't think anybody really expected him to make the team this year, except for him. It's that confidence that he has that brought him through and his skill. But, he mentioned that he sees every game as a tryout. He takes nothing for granted, right? And he's always trying to prove himself. Well, that's a good thing. It's a good attitude to have. It could also hurt him. And when you're constantly trying to prove yourself, you might be overextending yourself a little bit. And we see that with going out of position to make big hits, with maybe some ill-timed penalties, trying too hard to be the intimidating guy. He actually has the worst penalty differential in the entire league right now, which is not a great thing to have on a team that struggles on special teams. So there's a lot of reasons why I think Xhekaj is going to be the guy who's sent down to Laval.
And, I think it'd be a little overwhelming for him to throw him out there, on the power play. Maybe at the tail end, he's got a decent shot and not afraid to use it, but to put him out there on a consistent basis might be too much for him. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that is a power play guy. Right now he has his hands full trying to understand how he needs to play each and every night on defense and how he can eliminate some of the errors that he's making lately. And, the good thing about this whole scenario is, as a young guy that has shown a lot of promise and shown a lot of poise at an early stage, you would like to think that it's going to continue to progress in a very good way. He's a great kid. We know what he brings and the amount of respect he commands from the opposition, to know that he's there at the back of each and every one on the team. So he's a great guy to have on your side. Really excited to be part of it, but let's not make it his progression more difficult by putting him in areas that he shouldn't really be in, and that power play, it might be too much for him.
I think his worst problem is the other kind of power play, the one where anyone he touches goes flying because he doesn't understand his own power. He's such a terrifically strong guy. Brian Wild points out that Weber could do the same thing 10 times a game because he had the respect of the referees. And Arber doesn't have that yet. He'll probably have it someday. But right now, some of these calls, including last night, I thought it's really a factor of being hit by a guy who's twice as strong as you are. And it's not really that he did anything wrong. It's just the effect.
They got to get him some stronger sticks, too, because that ridiculous strength that he has. It seems like every game he takes a shot and it snaps the stick into pieces. So
I think it's important for him to understand, and again, this is a learning curve for him, that the type of game and the way he has to play each and every night. He doesn't need, and I remember Mike Komisarek used to run around with his stick flying around just so he could get the big hit to the point where he took himself out of position. So he's got to realize and learn that he's going to get the opportunity for hits. He's going to get the opportunity to play the type of game that is effective on the opposition, but don't get running around to the point where you get yourself in trouble and you get on the wrong side of the play just because you're looking for a big physical presence. So again, this is growing pains with a young guy that has a lot of ingredients that are better to have back there with the group of defense than not.
And I think he will learn. He seems very hungry to be a better player. And maybe he could get a phone call. The Canadiens could set it up with Larry Robinson, because if there's anybody who could tell Xhekaj what it means to be an intimidating player, but pick your spots, it's Larry Robinson, right? Robinson would just take somebody, turn him into a pumpkin, and then you don't have to do that much for the next 10, 15, 20 games. Everybody knows that Xhekaj is intimidating. He doesn't have to go out there and prove it to every single team.
Well, Andrew, to counter your point with Larry Robinson, I think the Habs have lost his phone number for the last 25 years to call him up, right? I mean, it's something to look forward to as well. So.
Yeah, new regime, so hopefully that's not the case anymore.
Not that hard. You can maybe find him on Facebook or Instagram for all we know, right? Well, that'll do for this bonus episode here on Hockey Inside Out. And for Arber Xhekaj, he's got that Costco-sized chip on his shoulder. Perhaps that will probably lead to more playing time moving forward. Submit your questions and comments here on Hockey Inside Out. We'll definitely look forward to conversing about that for a future episode. And don't forget to go like it on YouTube as well, or Hockey Inside Out shows that we have lined up. And sign up, subscribe to the MontrealGazette.com/newsletters for Hockey Inside Out. And for bonus content and full episodes, check out Hockey Inside Out. On behalf of Andrew, Jack, and Rick, wish you a great week. We'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Yeah.